McDonald's is getting way worse through technology. I just want to say that. They found out how to make McDonald's worse. The screens that you order on are absolutely annoying, but they're better than the annoying people behind the counters. The people that are behind the counters have no ability to think whatsoever. Last time I went up there, I ordered 2 cheeseburger meal, a hamburger, and some fries, and the kid looks up and says, "All right, so I got chicken nuggets, a drink." No, that's not at all what I said. You weren't listening. Then he starts arguing with me over what I ordered. So McDonald's is going downhill. So I've been trying to figure out what my shtick is. You know, I'm like 44 years old, Jewish guy living in America. And I think what I'm best at is just bitching about things that have gone on in modern life because I hate so much of it. The people that are hanging out in McDonald's look like they drink purple drank all the time. They're teenagers. They're sort of, you don't know what they are. All right. They could be non-binary. I don't know. And they're having stupid conversations using a language that resembles English. The English language has degenerated to a degree that we're not even fully aware of until you enter a McDonald's. All right, in McDonald's, you'll hear all sorts of stuff like, "Man, that was on fleek, that was all cap, no cap, God, man, son, shut up." It's really, really annoying to watch the intentional dumbing down of America, and there's no better place to see it than McDonald's. We went in, we put our order in on the screen. Of course, it's not intuitive at all. You have to go in, you have to select your thing. Half of the thing is broken. The digitizer is broken and it's all grainy looking. So you've got to really press hard on it. But that's still better than talking to the girl or guy that's up front at the counter because they're a moron. They cannot think at all. Am I judging people that work at McDonald's? Yes, they need to be. All right? We didn't need DEI hires for McDonald's, but somehow they must have screened for the stupidest people in the entire world to work behind the counters and gone, let's go with them. I don't think DEI is about race, gender, or sexuality or anything like that. I think the purpose of DEI is to find the worst possible candidate for the job when it has to do with interacting with the public. You want to get somebody that cannot think, that you've got to wonder how they drove to work behind the counter. These people don't understand social cues. They don't know how to listen. They're not doing their jobs. They have an attitude. They have a chip on their shoulders. Probably rightfully so, because the general public is, well, pretty much a reflection of just them at a McDonald's. So let's just be honest. I was talking with my wife recently, and she was telling me how McDonald's in Italy is actually a nice restaurant. And we got into a conversation where it basically ended with, let's go to Italy to go to McDonald's to see how much better theirs is than ours. That is a sad state of affairs. I don't know what we have to do in this country to get things back on track, but it's got to be to start hiring competent people. We have hired the most incompetent people to do the most jobs that interact with the public. Part of that is going to be paying them more. And part of that is going to be a basic IQ test when you go to get a job as simple as handing out food. Because you need to be able to listen to a person and interpret what they're saying. You need to be able to listen to them, take their order, and either put it in at the time, write it down, memorize it. These people have a working memory of about 2.5 seconds. And the chip on the shoulder's got to go. I am sick of everywhere I go, everybody that's supposed to be giving me their service, having a chip on their shoulder and expecting a damn tip. And then trying to give me a credit card for something. We don't need any more credit card debt. This country, well, it is a company, but this country is like 36 trillion in the hole. $36 trillion. And they're heaping more and more of that debt onto us. You want a McDonald's card? Yeah, it's a McDonald's credit card. You get $50 on it. You can order today without having to pay. Offset your payments. What's the interest rate on that card? It's like 55%. Why? Because the Jews own it. Let's just be honest. All right? And I'm Jewish, so I can say that, but that's where we're going. The service has gotten to a degree that is unsustainable anymore, and nobody should be putting up with this shit. All right? First of all, McDonald's is a job that teenagers with a good attitude that want to do well and get a job as a teenager should be doing. Not 45-year-olds that have a chip on their shoulder and hate the world because all they were capable of doing is McDonald's. It's not meant to sustain you. It's not going to sustain you. And what our government has done to collaborate with these big corporations is basically gone, hey, look, we'll get them on welfare too. So now you're paying them double. You're paying the sales tax when you go in there. Your federal income tax is going towards them so they can get welfare, because nobody can afford to live anymore in this country. The destruction of merit is what DEI is all about, and there's no better place to display that than McDonald's, possibly an airport, but that's for another video. I told my wife I'll only be a few minutes in here, and I am sticking to that because I rarely keep my word when I say I'm going to be a few minutes. I keep it on everything else, but a few minutes for me could be like an hour. So at that, peace. Everybody have a good night. This is Case. This is systemic caseism. Really hard to say with a few drinks in you. I'm out.